Welcome to another episode of the 5 Minute Money Manager. The almost 60% increase in gas prices over a year ago are painful for all of us. And although there has been some relief at the pump over the past month, it is unlikely that gas prices will return to what we previously considered to be normal anytime soon. Consequently, in the last episode I promised some tips and strategies for reducing your gasoline expenditures. So here's the list, a rather long list. Check for the lowest gas price. You won't want to drive clear across town simply to save a few cents when you fill up your tank, but there are a handful of apps such as GasBuddy.com that can assist you in knowing where the lowest price gas is that is also nearby. Do a Google search for the best gas price near me, and you'll be able to find a website that allows you to check gas prices according to your zip code. Even if you don't want to take the time to regularly check to see which nearby locations have the best gas prices, you can use one of these websites to determine which gas stations regularly have lower prices than others. If your car doesn't need premium gas, don't buy it. Check the owner's manual to learn the gas grade that is recommended by your car's manufacturer. Don't bother with the premium grade fuel unless your car specifically requires it. You'll pay much more for this fuel and your car won't see the benefits. Consider getting a store rewards card that will give you a discount at the pump. For example, the grocery store at which you regularly shop may have a loyalty program. Once you have joined, all you have to do is enter your phone number at the register when paying, and you'll be adding up fuel points which will translate into a discount at their gas pumps. Likewise, some gas stations offer memberships that will give you a few cents discount at their gas pumps. Is the gas in your city cheaper at a membership-only retail warehouse club, such as Sam's Club or Costco? If you're already a member of one of these stores, it would make sense to fill up your tank whenever you are shopping there. Some credit cards also offer cash back or rewards points when purchasing gas. It wouldn't make sense to get a new credit card with an annual fee just for this feature. But if you find a free credit card offering this perk, it may be something to consider. On hot summer days, run your errands earlier in the morning. Depending on the weather, you may not need to use your car's air conditioning in the morning hours, or at the very least you may not need to run the air conditioning on high, which will help save on fuel. Be mindful of where you park your car. Is there a shady area nearby? Parking in the shade will help keep your car at a cooler temperature, which will mean that you won't have to run your car's air conditioning at full blast when you get back into the vehicle. Learn the traffic patterns in your area. If there are specific times of day when there are fewer cars on the road, this is when you might want to do your shopping or other errands. When the traffic is lighter, you will most likely spend less time waiting at stop signs or stoplights. This will reduce the unnecessary idling of your engine, which will allow you to get better overall gas mileage. Make sure you know where you are headed. When driving to an unfamiliar location, double-check the address and directions before leaving home, or use a GPS to make sure you're taking the most direct route. Driving around in circles because you are lost will not only cause frustration, but it will also cause you to unnecessarily use extra fuel. Don't idle your engine. When you are in the parking lot, waiting for the kids to get out of school, for example, don't be in the habit of sitting with your car running. More gas is used, and more emissions are released by absent-mindedly running the car while waiting than if you were just to turn off the car and then restart it. Check the drive-through line before entering. We all appreciate the convenience of getting our favorite takeout food without leaving the car, but at some fast food locations, especially at dinner time, the lines can be crazy long. In this case, you may want to simply park your car and go inside to order. Maintain proper tire pressure. Underinflated tires can make a substantial dent in your gas mileage. The manufacturer's recommended tire pressure for your car can usually be found on the driver's side door or door jamb. If you don't want to check your tire pressure, many tire stores are happy to provide this service free of charge. Make sure that your fuel cap isn't cracked or broken. If it isn't fitting tightly, you could be losing fuel in your tank to evaporation. If you find that the seal on your gas cap is wearing out, you can generally find a gas cap to fit your car at an auto parts store. When you are on a trip, Decide if your time is worth more than your money. The gas prices right off the freeway exit will be higher. If you have the time and energy to drive a few blocks into town, you will find less expensive gas. No one enjoys freeway driving. We just want to get from point A to point B in the most reasonable time frame as possible. But know that above 55 miles per hour, the faster you drive, the lower your fuel efficiency will be. If you find yourself regularly speeding on your freeway journeys, you're not only driving in an unsafe manner, but you're also decreasing your gas mileage. Keep your car properly maintained and in good repair. You may think you're saving a little money by going longer than is recommended between tune-ups, but if your car is not running properly, your gas mileage will invariably suffer. Be sure to use the right grade oil in your car. The recommended oil for your vehicle can also be found in the owner's manual. Like so many other things, using oil that is a heavier weight than is recommended will also affect your gas mileage. Be mindful of what is in your car. Yes, you were too tired to take all of that camping gear out of the car after the fun family camping trip a few weeks ago. It's all still lurking in the trunk. And now you keep forgetting that it's even there. Unfortunately, even if it's out of sight, that heavy, unnecessary load is making a substantial dent in your gas mileage. Be a patient driver. Suddenly speeding up and then subsequently braking hard is not just a bad driving habit, it also cuts down on fuel efficiency. While proper maintenance and good driving habits will cut down on fuel costs, the number one way to reduce your fuel expenditures is to drive your vehicles fewer miles each year. So whenever possible, consolidate your trips. For example, if you need to pick up the dry cleaning, why not swing by there after dropping off the kids at school? It will save you time to combine both errands, and it will also save you the additional gas you'd use if you made two separate trips. Carpool to work, or take turns driving your children and the neighbors' kids to school and to practices. Better yet, if you can do so safely, bike or walk to work instead of driving. You will not only save the money you'd be spending on fuel and on the car's wear and tear, but the exercise you will get will help you to be healthier. Use public transportation. The cost per mile is usually cheaper than the cost per mile of driving your own vehicle, and you won't have the wear and tear on your car, and you won't have to hunt for and pay for parking. Explore work-from-home options. If your job is something you can do wherever you have a laptop and the internet, perhaps it's time to ask your boss if you can work from home, at least a few days each week. Make a complete shopping list and purchase all your groceries and non-food items for the week in one trip, maybe while the kids are at soccer practice. Driving all the way back to the store in the middle of the week only to buy a gallon of milk will cost you in fuel, but you may end up impulsively purchasing other items that were not on your list. Finally, take vacations closer to home. With a little planning and coordination with other family members, you can reduce your fuel expenses by reducing the number of miles you drive each year. And that reduction in miles driven could also result in lower car insurance premiums. Ask your insurance company. Thanks for listening, and have a great day.